I see you like this video, then you should subscribe for more reviews. Don't forget about your chance to win this Mattel's DC Multiversus Shazam action figure. All you have to do is share one of my videos. It does not matter which video you share. And leave a comment on the video that you have shared saying, Shazam, I shared. Also over there on my Patreon, I'm doing another giveaway for a My Hero Academia McFarlane Toys All Might. All you have to do is make a small donation to this channel of $3 to my second tier. And I'll leave a link to that in the description below as well. The contest for both the Shazam and All Might ends June the 30th, and the winner will be announced on July the 1st, 12 p.m. Eastern Time, and shipping is in the United States only as well. Good luck to you all. Welcome to my channel. This is Search, bringing you another action figure collector's review on the Power Rangers Lightning Collection's Time Force Red Ranger. As you can tell, you get the Red Ranger himself staring at you through the window. You also get a bunch of extra accessories for this Time Force Red Ranger. You get a nice illustrated image of the Time Force Red Ranger right there, and it wraps around the box just like so. You get Power Rangers Time Force right up here at the top of the box. Over here on this side of the box, you get the same illustrated image of the Time Force Ranger reflected. Over here on the back of the box, you get a nice product shot of the Time Force Red Ranger. Up here at the top of the box, nothing but the tab, and down here, nothing but the barcode. Let's get to it and open this bad boy up. Let's take a good look at his accessories. And first of all, go ahead and take a look at his fist stand. Boom, boom. And we only get one of these hands, and that's a little bit disappointing, but you do get a ton of extra accessories, so it's not a whole lot to complain about. I would just like to have seen an extra fisted hand, but it is very nice. We do see this hand time and time again with the Power Rangers Lightning Collection line. It's just molded in red plastic this time instead of white. So I'm okay with it because you do need this hand when you're throwing down with a couple of baddies. And it does look good, and the sculpt work is the exact same as all the other figures from the Power Rangers Lightning Collection line. Now right here, we get a thumbs up hand, and he must do some kind of thumbs up pose or something like that. So that's really cool that we do get a thumbs up, and I do like it a lot. The thumb looks very good up around there, and it looks like a thumb in a glove, so that I'm very impressed with what Hasbro done right there. And you do get the meat down there sculpted in there where it would bend at, so I'm very pleased with that. Looks very, very good. Now over here, these two trigger fingers come on the figure itself, and it looks very good as well right here. And they can hold the swords and the blaster, so they gave us the trigger fingers, and I'm happy that they did. But I'm kind of confused to why they gave us two. Maybe he can use the swords as some kind of a blaster. Let me know in the comments below, because I don't watch Time Force. But these hands look very good, and we've seen them before as well. We'll go ahead and take a look at one of the two of his swords. And, you know, this kind of looks like one of them little fish that you see in one of them fish tanks that you see in a pet store. So, I don't know, that just, I don't know, reminds me of that. But that's enough of that. But it does look good. I like the translucent clear plastic that they used. But mine looks a little lopsided in there. So, that's a little bit displeasing. I wish it would have came out a little bit straighter, but, you know, it's not terribly bad. It's just, you know, catches my eye of how crooked it is in there. But I do like the color red choice that they used right there at the tip. I think that looks very, very good. And it's got a lot of sculpted detailing in here as well. And right here, we'll take a look at the handle, and it looks very good as well. And we'll go ahead and take a look at this other sword, and it's a little bit different than this one. It doesn't have the red at the tip. It's got red right here, and it still looks very good. And my black piece in there is still a little crooked, but you know, it's not terribly bad. This one's a little bit less noticeable than the other one, but the sculpt work is nice. And right here, it's got a little loopy thing in there. Maybe he can put his hand in there and use this as a blaster. I don't know. Like I said, I've never watched Time Force. If you do know that, let me know in the comments below. But anyway, these two swords do connect together. You got a clear piece on this one with the red tip, and you got the female piece right there. And what you do is you slide that male end into that female end, and right there you go. You got a nice little spear that goes on, and I do like that a lot. And I was looking up pictures of this figure, or actually of the character, and his sword is pretty much accurate to what this looks like. There is a few minor details missing. Right here, this little lightning effect piece just ports on the end of that, whichever end you prefer. And if I don't get mine stuck on there, see, you can get it on either end right there. So that's very nice. I do like that a lot. I wish we would have got two of these, but I know that is asking a lot if you would have got two of these plus all those accessories. So I understand why they gave us one. And I do like this piece a lot. I think this one's new, but I'm not 100% on this. But it does look very good. It's got that translucent yellow plastic right there. And you do get a lot of detailing in through there as well. So that looks very, very good. We'll go ahead and take a look at his blaster. And it's a little bit plain Jane. It's just white, red, and black. But you do get sculpted detail and line work in there, which is okay. That's nothing too bad. And the paint work that is on this gun came out looking very clean. So I do like it a lot. And you do get a lot more of that same sculpted line work on the back. And looking down the barrel, it looks pretty good. And nothing too much to complain about there. We'll take a look at the civilian head sculpt for the Time Force Red Ranger. I think his name is Wesley, or Wes is what they call him. And I don't really think this looks like the actor. I think it favors him, but I don't think it looks like him. And I mean, it's okay, but I thought he had blonde streaks in his hair, but I could be wrong. But his hair sculpt is nice. I'm not knocking the hair sculpt. I think it does look good. But I think he's supposed to have a little bit of blonde highlights in there. But if I'm wrong, correct me in the comments below. His eyes came out looking very clean. And, you know, he doesn't look as creepy as some of the other head sculpts. So that's the plus that Hasbro has going for him. It just, to me, doesn't really look like the actor. It kind of favors him. How the Wesley head sculpt fits onto the red Time Force Ranger body, or the civilian head sculpt, whatever you prefer to call it. And it does favor the actor that plays him, but it's like if they were to model him in like a video game or an animated series. I mean, it does look good, but they still have a little ways to go with their face scan technology. And I wished we would have got them blonde highlights in his hair. That's a little bit bothersome. Anyway, we'll go ahead and take a look at the articulation. And his head is a little stiff and a little hard to move. But anyway, you can get him looking up that far, which is a pretty good amount. Not too bad. You can get him looking down a pretty good amount as well. And you also get none of that confused dog, but you do get the Exorcist right there. But that was a good look at his civilian head sculpt. And here he is, Time Force Red, all morphed up and out of the box and getting ready to spear his way onto your screen. Now this figure has a lot of good stuff going for it, and we'll get into that in just a second. Okay, it's time to take a look at his articulation. First of all, his head can look up that far, which is not impressive at all. I'm expecting a little bit more range whenever it comes out of this Power Rangers Lightning Collection line, so that's a little bit displeasing. And right here, he can't really look too far down as well. He does have enough looking down, but that is my biggest complaint is with their head sculpts. I think with this wave, they are really dropping the ball. But anyway, he has none of that confused dog going on to that side, and none going on to that side. He does have the Exorcist right there. You do get a butterfly hinge in there, allowing you to get that far back and that far forward across his body. You do get the perfect pitch in there. His arm can extend that far to his side right there. You do get that bicep swivel. And you also get this double jointed elbow that bends in that far, or VD. And you also get this little swivel and a hinge right here at his wrist, and all four wrists hinge the same way. And if I can get his arm popped back into place, there we go. We'll go ahead and take a look at that diaphragm, and you get all kinds of range out of this diaphragm right here. It almost makes up for that head being so crappy. But anyway, he can lean that far to that side. He can lean that far to that side. You do get a twist in there. You can get him crunching forward that far. You can get him crunching back that far with that diaphragm. And you can get him crunching back all the way with that second added ab crunch, like he's getting hit in the face by a couple of baddies. And you can also get him crunching all the way down to where he can look almost, well, completely all the way down to his toesies. So that's very impressive. I do like that a lot. You can get splits that can go out all the way, and that's very impressive. I do like that a lot. And you do get a thigh cut right there. You get double jointed knees that bend in all the way, almost all the way, and they go that far back. You do get a boot cut right here. You get his ankles to go down all the way, allowing him to do the perfect ballerina. His ankle can move up that far, and he does have that ankle pivot. And that was a good look at the Red Time Force Articulation. Okay, we'll take a good look at his Sculpt and Detailing. And he does look good. His helmet looks great. I think that looks amazing. The color choice that they use, I do like the design of this helmet a lot. And it kind of favors all the other Rangers I know. But I don't know, I just like the stripe going down it. And I like the silver and the red. How they did the visors red. How they're just the different color. They're not that black like they have been in previous seasons. But anyway, that's enough of that. I do like the silver around his mouth. I like that a lot. And the red on the chin looks very good. That molded, shiny, glossy plastic that they used. And you do get that black paint right there. It looks very good. And you get some silver outlining around in there. It does look good. And the sculpt work looks going down. And all this through here is sculpted. It's not just painted on. So that's very nice. I do like that a lot. And it looks very good. There's no paint out of place from what I can tell on this figure. Looking at the back, it looks very good. No fuzzy line work in the paint. No red seeping through the white. That looks very, very good. And all the plastic for the reds match up very well as well. Because if you notice with the red Mighty Morphin Ranger, that this was two different colors. And it just didn't flow very well. And looking at the chest piece, it came out very clean as well. Now there is some white seeping through, but it's not terribly bad. It's not very noticeable, and that you do have some red right there as well. So that's not too bad. And you do get that white continuing on in through the butterfly joints. So that looks very, very good as well. And then you get these arms that we've seen time and time again right through here. And I think this is his Time Force Morpher, but I'm not 100%. If you know what it is, leave a comment in the comments below and let me know what it is. But I do like the silver, the red, and the black that we see there. But I feel like we should get more paint right there. But that's just a little minor smidge of a nitpick. But anyway, right there, you get some more black sculpt work in line in there at the inside of the forearm. So that looks very good. And the same thing goes for this side as well. But you don't get the morpher over there on that side. And that's what I'm calling it in this review. If you don't like it, then too bad. Anyway, right here at the belt looks very good. I like the blue right there. It looks very, very good. And you do get sculpted line work right through there. And I like how the triangle looks. Nice silver. And I like this belt. It looks that matte black right there. But it's got a little bit of gloss to it. So I guess it ain't matte. But anyway, you do get a seam going down the crotch of his pants right there. And if you like the Red Ranger's crotch, give this video a like. Anyway, right there, looking at his legs and his thighs. Looks very good as well. Right through here. I think this came on a different figure as well. I can't remember off the top of my head. I think this is reused, but I'm not 100% sure. I could be wrong, but it does look good on this figure. But there is one complaint. Isn't he supposed to have a white gun holster over here on this side? I don't know. That's just another little minor complaint. But anyway, looking at the boots, they look very good. You get peg holes at the bottom of the feet. And right there, you get the butt for the Red Ranger. And if you didn't like the crotch, but you like the butt, then give this video a thumbs up, because I just showed you the Red Time Force Ranger's butt. Okay, and that was a good look at the Red Time Force Rangers Sculpt and Detail. The Red Time Force Ranger scales up against a couple of figures from this wave that I've already reviewed. Over there on his far left, we have the blue Mighty Morphin Power Ranger. Next to him on his left, we have the Ranger Slayer. And over there next to him on his right, we have the Gold Zeo Ranger. Now, if I had to rank this wave in any sort of fashion, I would probably give it to that Gold Ranger being my #1 spot. I do like him a lot. And I missed out on that San Diego Comic-Con 2-pack. And I was a little bit displeased that I missed out on, but I'm super stoked to have this one in my collection. Now, if I had to give my next one, I would have to say I'd give it to the Ranger Slayer, just for her overall design and look. Now, she is flawed here and there, but I still do like this figure a lot. Now, I was looking the most forward to that blue Mighty Morphin Power Ranger, but he's not a letdown by no means, and if you're a huge fan of the Mighty Morphin series, I recommend going out and picking him up. But let me know how you would rank this wave in the comments below. How the Red Time Force Ranger scales up against a couple of Dragon Star series action figures. Over there on his left, we have Frieza's first form, and over there on his right, we have the final form Cell. How the Red Time Force Ranger scales up against a couple of GameStop exclusive NECA's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1990s movie line. Over there on his left, we have the Foot Soldier, and over there on his right, we have the Shredder. Here's how Red Time Force Ranger scales up against a couple of McFarlane toys. Over there on his left from the DC Multiverse line, we have the Batman Who Laughs. And from that same line, we have the Unchained Armored Superman. Because we're forever red, here's how the Red Time Force Ranger scales up against a couple of Red Power Rangers. Over there on his left, we have the Red Ranger from the Mighty Morphin series. And over there on his right, we have the Red SPD Ranger. The Time Force Red Ranger scales up against a couple of Hasbro action figures. Over there on his left from the Power Rangers Lightning Collection line, we have the Walgreens exclusive Dragon Shield Black Power Ranger. And over there on his right from Marvel Legends, we have the Superior Octopus. Here's my final thoughts on this figure. I give this figure a thumbs up, especially if you're a Time Force Ranger fan. And, you know, this figure does have its flaws, like with the head. It can't really look up or down very good, and I think that's partly because the head sits so low on the neck. I feel like if Hasbro was to raise that neck up a little bit, you could get a little bit better articulation out of the head, but that's just my opinion. Now, he is very well articulated, and I do like the figure a lot. He has very clean paint apps, and there wasn't any speck of paint outside of where it needed to be. So I do enjoy that a lot. But let me know what you think of the figure. Let me know what you think of the review in the comments below. And as always, feel the urge to collect with Surge. If you want more action figure collectors reviews, then feel the urge to subscribe to Surge. And if you've liked what you've seen, then click that big thumbs up button. If you want to get notified of my latest videos whenever they drop, click that notification bell. If you want to see this channel grow, share with a friend. Speaking of friends, you can friend me over there on Facebook. Links to that will be in the description below. You can also follow me along on Twitter. Links to that will be in the description below.